สวัสดีครับ Hi everyone, Dr. Deutsch Fox here. So see you guys again on the Tuesday 26th, right? September. So we are like getting to the end of September, right? And then go to October. So I think many of you maybe excuse me, ready for the fall, right? And then it's time and some area, right? I learned that in some country right now, the leaf just start to change the color, right? From green to yellow, right? And then to orange, So, but it be like that let us know, right? Sometimes the seasons, and the things around are just let us know or be the witness or the evidence for us that thing things change in the world here and then we are too, right? So if we keep keep changing or adjusting our life, I I believe that that's one of the key that bring more happiness to us. Okay, so today I just want to like share a bit things about that. Things can one small thing, much but very important thing too. For our that can bring more happiness or the kind of like the peaceful life to us too. It's about expectations and getting approval from the other, which we can, I know this one it sometimes is very tangled in our many of our life, but we will learn some skill that many of us have in it already, in like from buying lottery. how come, right? So let me explain that. We start with the buying lottery, right? So for lottery, when there's expectation on that, right? When people buy lottery, what our expectations on that is, okay, get more money, or hey, like just more money, right? And then that money can help us to like go to school, or someone, okay, help family, or pay debts, or like traveling, so more money can change many people's life, for that. So but there's expectation that we have from buying lottery. But what's the real situation happen? Not everybody, right? We win that. Someone will, So, but the rest who don't win that lottery, they are disappointed, right? But then in that disappointed, they seem to be cope, like I have coping skill to deal. Oh, but we cannot control lottery, you know, like we control buying, yeah, but we not control like how that the ping pong ball, right? And then in the ropes, when they spin, no one control that, like to what digits or what number will go through that slot, and then they announce it. So it means like we have expectation that when every time that we buy a ticket or the lottery, that we want to win. But if we don't, like we just say, okay, it's just kind of like acceptable because we cannot control that system. Um, but when we come to the getting approval from others, especially some of us, have like a long history about with the family, right? They're still waiting for their parent, approval, or their friends or somebody approval, we expect that when we want something, we wish for something, and we think that that's what we want, we will get it. So for me, it's just like um buying lottery is so clear for us that the skill that we use. But when we kind of relate to try to connect with people, buy through get approval from them, we are not clear on that. We kind of like forget, or maybe it slipped from our mind that, hey, we can wish for, we can think of it like buying lottery, we can wish for money, we can think about winning. But lottery tell us one of the truths is like we can be disappointed too, because what what is out from our world, right, is the other people's world, and we cannot control that. So for me, the skill that we learn from buying lottery and whole process, right? Oh, one thing before I go further, I'm not like make a campaign or support people to like get all money to buy the lottery, something like that. But I just want to point out that we learn a great one of the great skill from buying lottery, like to deal with disappointment, so we can apply with like or, when we wait for like, or we want to get approval from the others as well, like we can wish for the approval. We can wish or hope for the parent will be, kind of like treat us better again, or they accept us as who we are, right? We can think like that. We can wish, but we may disappointed too because their world is different from our world. How did they like raise up their experience is totally different. So like same as we cannot really control the organization who spin the ball, right, to for the lottery. We cannot control or like manage, others people life, so they can um, approve, like we can get approval from them, or they can accept us as who we are too. So for me, the skill that we learn, from buying lottery, and when it's like if you want to apply for like getting approval from people, is it? I think this disappointing. We need to learn that you can expect that, like you expect money from buying lottery. You can expect that, like, okay, when you do something for them, you be nice to them, you try to give them some things, but um, you may, disappointed too because they won't accept that, or one maybe is too strong to be like one of the self compassion component, right? Like human common human common humanity, we can use like maybe they cannot accept us of who we are, so they cannot really give approval to us because they don't know how to. So for me, until they adjust their life and they change things again, or they do a lot of healing, and then they maybe realize that but we don't know when. So to deal with that, and to like about the approval from our like parents, something like that. For me, I think like when we practice one skill, like to be, it's okay to be disappointed when we expect something. It's nothing wrong with that because that's the word. I think that's the word that's like that's a what call that that's the flow of the life. That's the word is. The word is not here for us, right? The word is here for the world. No, we just be here to adjust ourselves or do things like that. And one thing before I end today, I know that when people buy lottery, right, and when they don't win, they say, oh, next time we buy it again, and then they very like share themselves and encourage themselves, to do that. But for me, about the disappointed, from approvals or from like you when we waiting for the approval from the other, I I I don't suggest that we jumped right away, like from this person to our next person, But I think for me, I believe, that when we get disappointed, about like getting disapproval from other, it may be the time for us to come to reflect, like what's going on here? How come I'm one of human being, right? I'm a person who capable to do a lot of things. How come that I still waiting for other people to say yes or no? How come that I still wait for other people to appreciate me so I can be happy or appreciate myself? So maybe there's something here that I can work with me, or maybe something here like I can work in my inner world, like in my world, instead of like go looking for something from outside. And I believe, from the IFS, internal family systems, therapy, sales, right, who we are is like they're calm and compassionate, right? We are like curiosity, we are creativity, we clarity there. There's a courage there. There's connectedness there, and then they like confident there. So these 8 C's that sales, that we own that, I believe that when we really long for approval from the other, but when we reflect on it, I believe that when we come back to connect to our world, one of these quality, one of these 8 C's will help us. So we if we compassion, right? Like we have compassion here, and if we have that self compassion, compassion to our life, self compassion. I believe we not really want to get more from other, right? If we can, like, if you can generate the things, like the love for yourself, then we don't need to depend on the other to give us and say yes or no to us or appreciate us so we can love ourselves again. So for me, I do believe that in each of us we have good quality, but the key is when there's some circumstance, right, situation that outside of us and it happened, and then there's something that make us to be sad, like disappointment. um I don't think it just only show us like, hey, this is the life of suffering, so you need to accept and deal with that. Yes, maybe one of the way can be it, but the other ways we can still use that to see and to like use our curiosity, right? To say, what happened here? What I can learn from that? I know this is a suffering. I know this is hurt, but can I learn something? Can I learn anything that can help me grow from this situation that is hurting me now? So I believe that, like if we learn that, like have the skill of disappointed, right? And learn from that skill. I believe that we will grow more to like love ourselves. We will grow more how to like keep changing and adjusting our life to be with the flow of life. And I do believe that the happiness, true happiness that we have a self-content will we will own that it happened to us. So thank you for today. And if you have any questions or any comments, please leave it, and then I'm very happy to like listen from you and then hear anything, for that. So it helps me to grow as well. So thank you very much. So again, uh, I'm not make a campaign or like invite people to go buy more lottery. Like, no, it's not my point. But my point is like the skill that we learn from buying lottery, and then it's ready to win, but the other one ready to be disappointed, ready or like can cope with disappointed from buying lottery. It's a great skill. I think as I mentioned, I think I believe that we can apply to the area of like getting approval from the other as well. So have a nice day everyone. So ขอบคุณมากครับ